The real reason you're struggling to sell is because on some level, you believe that you are taking something away from other people. Selling is not convincing, objection overcoming, it's not manipulation. Selling is actually the most spiritual thing you can do in your business. And in the next 20 minutes, I am going to break down the 4 beliefs that have unlocked an avalanche of sales for both me and my clients without being pushy, without being icky, desperate, or sacrificing your integrity. Welcome to code 6 of the 6-figure scaling codes. This is Sales by Design. I'm Amanda. I'm a 4/6 self-projected projector. I went from being arrested 3 times in a single year to now running a successful 6-figure spiritual business from a penthouse in Croatia. I was in Alex Hormozi's private mastermind last year, the Skool 100. I'm an official Skool ambassador. And over the last 5 years, I've made over $200,000 from sales selling to both consumers and businesses. Most sales training was written by and for men. Compete, conquer, close, control, overcome objections, always be closing. And if you've been trying to follow this sales advice, you have probably felt icky after sales calls, burnt out from constant follow-up selling, out of alignment. So let's talk about belief number 1. Selling is giving, not taking. Most people believe that by selling, they're taking away from people. When they're asking for money, they're making it about themselves, but that's actually backwards. Selling is a give moment. It's the most transformative time of your client's journey. Let me tell you a story to illustrate this. I had a client, let's call her Sarah. We worked together for 3 months and she got incredible results. And when it came time to renew her, instead of the excited, enthusiastic yes, she said, when I presented it to her, she said, I don't know, can I get back to you on this? And then she suggested that we barter instead, like trade off coaching. And I was so early in business, I agreed. We ended up bartering, but it didn't help her and it didn't help me. The reason I did that is because I really struggled with this belief that somehow by charging, I was taking from her. And after that didn't work out, she ended up spending $25,000 to go work with another mentor and has not seen results from that. And that's when I realized the investment, yes, you get paid, but the investment is about their transformation. And you have to believe that at your core, or you're going to make the same mistakes I did. What I didn't understand at the time, I'm a projector in human design, which means I am designed to wait for recognition before I guide. And Sarah hadn't truly recognized my value yet. When I let her barter instead of invest because of my own limiting beliefs and scarcity mindset, I robbed her of the transformation that comes from making a real commitment, and robbed myself of being properly recognized for my work. But what's wild is if I was a manifester or a generator, that same situation would have played out completely differently, because each energetic type has a different way of selling that works for them. We're going to get to that in a minute. But first, you've got to ask yourself and sell yourself on you. What are all the reasons that you are the absolute best decision and investment for your clients? Because if you don't believe that you're the best, then they're not going to either. That brings me to belief number 2. The second belief is you and your offer are more than good enough. You are the most powerful option for your ideal clients, not for everyone, but for your people. The problem is most people believe they themselves are not good enough, are not worthy. And this shows up as undervaluing, over-delivering, constantly tweaking on the back end. And that is the energy of proving you're not just the most powerful option because of what you know or what you've done. You're the most powerful option because of your specific energetic blueprint, the way that you see the world, interpret information, and deliver transformation. A generator selling manifestation coaching would approach it completely different than a manifestor selling the exact same thing. Your offer is a vessel. It is a container for transformation. And when you believe in that vessel, your clients will believe in it too. Because sales is really just like dating. Confidence is everything, and you can't fake confidence. But when your offer, your sales style, your delivery mechanism, your design is uniquely embedded into all of them, you're able to really fully believe in the transformation that you facilitate. Which brings us to belief number 3 that really changed things for me is selling is about empowering clients to decide. not convincing them to buy. Most people think sales is about convincing people, and it creates massive resistance. But the truth is, selling is not about you. Selling is empowering your clients to make the right decision for them, whether or not that decision is a yes or no. If they could figure this out and decide themselves, then you would not be needed. Your job is to, a lot of times, show them how they're limiting themselves, not be afraid to call them on their shit. And here's the secret. Detaching yourself from the outcome is so powerful. When you're not attached, you can show up, whether they say yes or no, you show up the most grounded, confident, embodied version of yourself, who is willing to ask the powerful questions. The thing about detachment, it looks different for every energetic type. For generators, detachment means waiting for the response instead of chasing. For projectors, it means trusting recognition will come instead of hustling for it. For manifestors, it means informing and initiating without needing approval. You're not going to be able to detach from the outcome if you are trying to sell in a way that is fundamentally misaligned with how you are designed to operate. And that's why so many people struggle with letting go of the sale. It's not because they're too attached. It's because they're using a sales approach that requires them to force instead of flow. The fourth belief is this: you can't sell in someone else's energy. You can believe that selling is giving, that you're the most powerful option in empowering clarity and facilitating decisions. But if you're trying to execute those beliefs using a strategy designed for a different type, you're still going to struggle. So let me introduce you to the tool that changed everything for me. Human design is a system that shows you your energetic blueprint, how you're uniquely wired to make decisions, use your energy, and interact with the world. Think of it as your energetic operating system. It combines ancient wisdom, astrology, the I Ching, Kabbalah, the Hindu Brahmin chakra system with modern science, and it tells you, how should I make decisions? When should I act? When should I wait? What is my natural rhythm? Now, if you've never heard of human design before, don't worry. You don't need to understand your entire chart to apply this. All you need to know is your type. And there are 5 main energy types. We have generators, who are 37% of the population. Manifesting generators are 33%, projectors 20%, manifestors are about 9%, and reflectors 1%. And here's why this matters for sales. Each type has a completely different strategy for how to use their energy correctly. When you try to sell using a strategy that's not designed for your energy, you're creating resistance. You burn out, you get frustrated, you wonder why everyone else makes it look so easy. But when you sell as your design, everything flows. So let me break down what each type struggles with in sales and what to do instead. If you're a generator, you have something called sacral energy. This is your gut, your life force, your yes or no compass, and you are designed to respond to life, not initiate it, which means when you go out and try to make things happen, cold DMing people, chasing leads, forcing conversations, you deplete yourself. Here's what actually works. Set an intention. I want to enroll 5 clients. Then wait for something external to respond to. Someone comments, they DM, they raise their hand, they ask you a question. When they do that, you check your gut. Does this light me up? Do I want to work with them? Am I interested in this subject, this topic? And if you feel that, yes, in your body, you respond. Share your offer, have the conversation. But if you feel then that's a no. If it is not a fuck yes, it is a no for now. Just because you can doesn't mean you should. And the magic is when you talk about your offers with genuine excitement, your perfect clients feel it. You become magnetic. Your red flag, when you feel frustrated, that is your body telling you that you're initiating instead of responding. But when you start selling correctly, you feel satisfied, lit up, energized. If you are a manifesting generator, you're a hybrid. You have that consistent sacral energy like generators, but you also have the ability to initiate like a manifester. You are meant to respond and then initiate. You are very fast, multi-passionate, and capable of doing 15 different things at once. You've been told to just pick one thing, to niche down, to focus, and it makes you feel trapped. You've been labeled as fickle, flaky, scattered, unable to commit. But the truth is, you are designed to be multi-passionate. You are a shortcut finding ninja. You're designed for multiple offers, revenue streams, pathways. As long as they light you up, you are meant to pursue them. Don't just give up when things feel like they're not working. And you really need to have someone in your life that understands this about you so that you don't feel shame and guilt for the pivots. You are designed to pivot fast and often, but don't give up on the things that really matter to you. The key for you in sales is you want to wait to respond first, and then you move fast. Set the intention for multiple things. Allow yourself to dabble. See which one gets traction. What's bringing you excitement? Check your gut. If it's a yes, if it's a fuck yes, then inform your audience. Initiate, launch, fast. You don't have to finish everything. You are here to find shortcuts and show us that life does not progress in this linear fashion. Your red flags are frustration and anger. When you feel frustrated or angry, it means you're forcing or you are skipping important steps because you're in a rush, like nurturing your leads or following up, and then you just have to go back and fix it. When you are selling correctly, you feel both satisfied and peaceful. Even in your speed, there's flow. If you're a projector like me, you do not have consistent access to that sacral energy, which means that you're not designed to work 8, 10, 12 hours a day like generators. You are designed for 2 to 4 hours of deep output work a day. Client calls, launches, sales, and the rest of your time is for rest and honing in on your zone of genius. And you're able to get more done in those 3 to 4 hours of focused work than the generators and manifesting generators because they have to spend a lot of their time cleaning up those mistakes. We don't have to do that. Your superpower is that you see people and systems so clearly. You can walk into a room, focus on someone, and just intuitively know what they need. But when we offer our guidance without that recognition and invitation, it gets rejected. Society has told us to hustle harder. You try to follow that advice and you're met with zero response. We get bitter. We don't want that. We need recognition before invitation. So your job is to share your work far and wide. You wait for the recognition when someone's, oh my God, you really get me. And I have this happen all the time. You never know who's watching. I've had people who follow my content for years and I've never heard it from. And then they just reach out and they're like, oh my God, Amanda, I know you're the one for me. That's the recognition you're looking for. And only then can you show up as the guide you are and will your wisdom actually be valued. You excel in sales conversations being totally detached, but making it about their transformation, their feelings, and then reflecting back what they need. You are not to force. You are here to invite. Your red flag is bitterness. When you feel bitter, it means you are hustling for recognition. When you're selling correctly, you experience success and your clients experience success because you're recognized and valued for your wisdom. That is like liquid gold. If you are a manifester, you are the only type who can truly go out and just do it. You have this powerful, closed, and repelling aura. You are the visionary, the initiator. You're here to call the future into us and give us all jobs. You have this very special relationship to source. You get these strong pulls towards ideas that often don't make any logical sense to anyone else, and that's okay. The issue with you is you've been told to finish what you start, and so you force yourself to complete things even when they no longer light you up. You have learned, especially as women, to act for permission before you act, which creates this rage. And when you do initiate before informing, people resist you. So you hide, you keep your plans secret to avoid any pushback. But here's the key. You're not asking for permission. You are informing. You get a vision for your offer. You feel that pull. You inform the people who are going to be impacted by it. Hey, I'm launching X on this date. Then you initiate, open cart, make the offer, enroll clients. And then this is crucial. You rest. Initiation takes tremendous energy. Give yourself a week between launching and starting a new program. Space between your different client calls. You are the only type who does not need to wait for a response, but you must inform the people first. Your red flag is anger. When you feel angry, it means you did not inform the right people or someone's trying to control your initiation. When you are selling correctly, you feel peaceful, free, unobstructed. If you're a reflector, you are the rarest type. You have no defined centers, which means you are like a mirror. You reflect the energy of everyone around you. You see the health of communities and you feel everything. But the world demands instant decisions and you need time, ideally up to 28 days, a full lunar cycle in order to gain clarity. When you rush decisions, you feel disappointed and then you regret them. And because you're so open, being in the wrong environment clouds your clarity entirely. It works for you. Someone expresses interest in working with you. You don't say yes immediately. You say, let me think about this and get back to you. You talk it out with your trusted friends and advisors, with a mentor. You let the truth reflect back to you through your conversations, and then you decide. Your red flag is disappointment. That means that you either rushed the decision or you're not in the right environment. When you are selling correctly, you feel surprised, delighted, in wonder at how it all unfolded. Do you see how different all of these are? Generators are here to respond, then initiate. Projectors need recognition first. Manifestors inform and then initiate. Reflectors wait and reflect. If you're a projector trying to sell like a generator, you'll burn out. If you're a generator trying to sell like a manifestor, you'll feel frustrated. If you're a manifestor trying to sell like a projector, you'll feel angry. This is why belief alone isn't enough. You need a sales approach that matches your energy and the way you're here to operate. Now, I want to tell you how I discovered all of this. For the longest time, I was doing everything right. I had the scripts, the follow-up sequences, the objection handling framework, but I was going through this lull where I couldn't enroll anybody. I was getting so stuck in my head and I couldn't stop thinking like, what am I doing wrong? So I built an AI sales coach, the 100K Sales by Design AI, and I uploaded all of my past sales call recordings because it had gotten to the point where I just had to know what was going on. What was different about this AI is it didn't just analyze the tactics, saying you didn't handle this objection correctly or you should have closed harder. I programmed it to analyze all of my calls through the lens of my human design. It showed me something that I couldn't see before. Every single call where I lost the sale, I was trying to sell like a generator or a manifestor. I was chasing, allowing anyone to book a call regardless of what was on their application. I was taking a lot of calls with unqualified people. So I'd manufacture urgency instead of waiting for that recognition, initiating instead of being invited. So I started experimenting. I was like, fuck it, what do I have to lose? Instead of following up with people 7 times, I waited for them to recognize my value first. Instead of creating urgency or scarcity with countdown timers, I made the entire conversation about their transformation. After months of not closing anybody, I closed the next 5 people back to back. Not because I learned some new tactic, but because I started showing up in alignment with my energy instead of fighting it. And when I realized how well this works, I realized this is the future of sales. It's not about being perfect, having the best script or the slickest funnel. It's about being willing to look at where you're leaking energy and plugging those holes. So let's recap the 4 beliefs. 1 is selling is giving, not taking. 2 is that you and your offer are the most powerful option for your perfect future client. 3 is that selling is empowering and facilitating a decision, not convincing. 4th belief is you can't sell in someone else's energy. Now, if you're a woman having momentum and a proven offer that works and you want to scale without burning yourself out, without hustle, without selling your soul, I want to invite you to book a call with me. We'll see if we're aligned to partner together to bring your next level business vision to life. The link is in the description below. And if you haven't seen codes 1 through 5 yet, I definitely invite you to go back and binge those because they lay the foundation of everything we discussed today. I love you so much, and I'll see you in the next one.